The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. The Power of Habit is a non-fiction book written by Charles Duhigg, first published in 2012. The book explores the science of habit formation and how habits influence our daily lives, personal development, and organizational success. Plot summary. The book is divided into 3 main sections, each exploring different aspects of habits and how they can be harnessed to improve individual and collective outcomes. Section I. The Habits of Individuals. Chapter 1. The Habit Loop. In this foundational chapter, Duhigg introduces the central concept of the habit loop, which consists of 3 elements: cue, routine, and reward. He explains that habits are formed through a neurological loop where a cue triggers a routine, leading to a reward. Duhigg illustrates this with real-life examples, such as the story of Lisa Allen, a woman who managed to quit smoking by identifying her habit loop. Chapter 2. The Craving Brain. How to create new habits building on the habit loop. This chapter delves into the role of cravings in shaping our habits. Duhigg explains that cravings emerge as a response to the reward we receive from a habit. He uses the example of a Pepsodent toothpaste advertising campaign from the early 20th century to demonstrate how marketers deliberately create cravings to form new habits. Duhigg also highlights the work of psychologist Brian Wansink, who studied how restaurants and food companies leverage cravings to encourage overeating. This chapter provides insights into how advertisers and individuals can create new habits by triggering and satisfying cravings. Chapter 3. The Golden Rule of Habit Change. Duhigg presents the key principle for effectively changing habits. Keep the cue and reward the same, but change the routine. He demonstrates this idea through the story of Alcoholics Anonymous and its 12-step program. By understanding the cues that trigger the desire to drink and replacing the drinking routine with healthier habits, individuals can overcome addiction. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of belief in the process of habit change and the role of social support and accountability in maintaining new habits. Section 2. The Habits of Successful Organizations. Chapter 4. Keystone Habits, or the Ballad of Paul O'Neill. In this chapter, Duhigg introduces the concept of keystone habits, which have a disproportionate influence on other behaviors. He presents the story of Paul O'Neill, who became the CEO of Alcoa and decided to prioritize safety as a keystone habit. By focusing on improving safety procedures and fostering a culture of openness and accountability, O'Neill transformed Alcoa's overall performance, increasing profits and productivity. This chapter highlights the power of identifying and cultivating keystone habits to drive significant positive changes in organizations. Chapter 5. Starbucks and the Habit of Success. Duhigg explores the success of Starbucks and how Howard Schultz revolutionized the company's culture and habits. Schultz focused on the customer experience, creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere in Starbucks stores, which encouraged customers to develop a daily habit of visiting the coffee shop. Duhigg explains how small wins in building a new habit can lead to larger transformations within an organization. This chapter emphasizes the significance of social habits in shaping organizational success. Chapter 6. The Power of a Crisis. How leaders create habits through accident and design. Using the story of Paul O'Neill again, but this time during his tenure as the Secretary of Treasury, Duhigg illustrates how leaders can create habits during times of crisis. O'Neill took charge of a problematic mine safety situation in the aftermath of a mining disaster, and by enforcing rigorous safety regulations, he instilled new habits that reduced accidents and fatalities. The chapter emphasizes how moments of crisis can provide opportunities for leaders to intentionally shape new habits in organizations. Section 3: The Habits of Societies. Chapter 7: How Target Knows What You Want Before You Do. Shifting the focus to marketing and consumer behavior, Duhigg explores how companies like Target collect and analyze data to predict and influence customer habits. He reveals how Target's data-driven approach allows them to send personalized advertisements and offers that align with customers' habits, sometimes even before they realize their own needs. The chapter raises important questions about privacy and ethical concerns in the age of data analytics and targeted marketing. Chapter 8: Saddleback Church and the Montgomery Bus Boycott. This chapter analyzes the formation of social movements and the role of habits in driving societal change. Duhigg contrasts the success of Saddleback Church, led by Pastor Rick Warren, with the Montgomery Bus Boycott during the Civil Rights Movement, spearheaded by Martin Luther King Jr. Both cases demonstrate how shared habits and strong community ties can mobilize people to effect meaningful social change. Chapter 9: The Neurology of Free Will. Are we responsible for our habits? The final chapter delves into the neuroscience of habit and its implications for individual responsibility. Duhigg explores the balance between individual agency and the influence of habits on decision-making. He raises thought-provoking questions about whether individuals are truly in control of their actions or whether habits hold more power over their choices. By examining each chapter's content, readers gain comprehensive insights into the mechanics of habits, their impact on individuals and organizations, and how habits can be harnessed to achieve personal and societal transformation. Themes and motifs. Habit formation. The primary theme is the science behind habit formation, the habit loop, and how habits shape our behaviors and lives. Change and transformation. Duhigg discusses how individuals, organizations, and societies can change and transform their habits to achieve success and positive outcomes. Leadership and influence. The role of leadership in shaping habits within organizations and society is another recurring theme. Social habits. The book explores the impact of shared habits and communal behavior on societal change and movement. Genre. The Power of Habit falls under the self-help and psychology genres. It provides insights and practical strategies for readers to understand and modify their habits to improve personal and professional lives. Writing style and diction. Charles Duhigg adopts a journalistic and narrative-driven writing style. He blends scientific research with captivating stories of real people and organizations, making complex concepts accessible to a wide audience. Duhigg's writing is engaging and well-researched, combining academic rigor with a storyteller's finesse. In conclusion, The Power of Habit, by Charles Duhigg is a thought-provoking exploration of how habits influence individuals, organizations, and societies. Through vivid storytelling and scientific insights, the book offers valuable lessons and practical techniques to understand and harness the power of habits to achieve personal and collective success.